Have you ever opened your mailbox or bank account expecting your full Social Security check, only to find it missing a chunk, without warning or explanation? That fear isn't as rare as it should be. For millions of older Americans living on a fixed income, even the smallest disruption to their monthly benefits can throw everything into chaos. Groceries, rent, medical expenses, all of it. And recently, that exact nightmare almost became reality for hundreds of thousands of seniors. Earlier this year, a quiet policy shift was about to allow the federal government to garnish up to 15% of someone's Social Security income without a court order. Yes, even if you rely entirely on those checks to survive. So what happened? And more importantly, why was it stopped just in time? Let's break it down. Pause button, the pause that almost ended it all. For years, the federal government had paused certain debt collection efforts, particularly during the pandemic. The idea was simple: give people breathing room. No wage garnishments, no benefit seizures. But earlier this spring, the Department of Education announced that it was restarting one of its most aggressive recovery tools: Social Security garnishment. This meant that older Americans who had defaulted on certain types of federal debt, most often student loans they co-sign for children or grandchildren, were at risk of losing a portion of their monthly benefits. And it wasn't just talk. The plan was active and ready to go, set to begin in May 2025, chart decreasing how this affects real people. Imagine you're living on $1,200 a month from Social Security. You've budgeted every dollar, $400 for rent, $300 for groceries, $100 for meds. Now, picture $180 vanishing from your check before you even receive it. That's what this policy could have done. Taken away 15% of someone's only steady income. And it wouldn't take a court battle or even much notice. We're talking about nearly 500,000 older Americans in this category. Many over age 62, and most not even aware they were in default. Bar chart why this happened. The Trump administration's policy team emphasized accountability. Their position was clear. When people borrow, they should repay, even if it takes time. That logic is understandable. After all, why should taxpayers shoulder the burden of unpaid loans? But here's the catch. Many of those impacted weren't irresponsible borrowers. They were co-signers trying to help family. Many of them are now retired or disabled, with no realistic way to make payments, and no real awareness they were at risk. Police scarlet advocacy, backlash, and a sudden reversal. As news of the impending garnishment spread, it sparked massive concern. Advocacy groups sounded alarms. Lawmakers demanded answers. And the public backlash was fast and loud. Then, just days before it was set to begin, the Department of Education hit pause. They said no garnishments had yet occurred, and that they'd take the next few months to reassess the policy and potentially offer more affordable repayment options. But it wasn't a big public announcement, just a quiet internal shift. No press conferences, no bold headlines. That's why most people still don't even know this nearly happened. Repeat button the bigger issue. A broken system? One reason the situation matters so much is because it's not isolated. The total amount of student debt owed by Americans over 60 has ballooned from $20 billion to $125 billion in 2 decades. That's a 6-fold increase. The system is complex. The notices are confusing, and the penalties for default are harsh. Even a small error or a missed piece of mail can set off a chain reaction that puts someone's benefits at risk. And once you fall into default, it's incredibly hard to get out. Fees, interest, and penalties stack up. Some people don't even realize they're in default until the garnishments start. Light bulb, a pause is not a fix. Yes, the garnishment policy was paused, but that's not the same as ending it. The administration says it will review things. That's positive, but it also leaves millions of seniors in limbo. Will it come back? Will new protections be put in place? Or are we just waiting for the same crisis to return in a few months? No one knows for sure yet. Shield what you can do now. If you or someone you care about depends on Social Security, here are some practical steps to take. Check your mail and email regularly for notices about debt or benefit changes. Update your contact information with the SSA and Department of Education. If you think you're in default, call your loan servicer. It might not be an easy call, but knowledge is power. Ask for help. Legal aid groups, elder advocacy services, or financial counselors can walk you through this. Red Heart, a human reminder. These policies don't just affect bank accounts. They impact lives. For some people, that garnishment would have meant skipped meals, missed meds, or losing a place to live. The government must balance fiscal responsibility with compassion, because when people have no cushion, even small policy changes can do real harm. If this story helped you understand what's going on or made you feel less alone, consider sharing it. And if you want reliable updates that cut through the noise, hit subscribe. Thanks for being here. Stay informed. Stay safe. Take care of yourself and each other.